You know what? I was on time. Let's pretend.
No, you were literally nine minutes and something.
No, I said I might be 10 minutes late. See, I was 9.
Well, regardless. Hello and welcome, everyone.
Hello. We were watching the Umbrella Academy, and that kind of ran late. They don't want to stop in the middle. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Anybody remember what happened last time? Because I sure as hell don't.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Let me think. I know we were on our way to the mech tournament.
I think we got there. That's where we ended because we didn't want to do too much. But I believe we went from 505 to 206.
We bought that factory.
Bought a bunch of shit. Went to 307. Lost all that shit. I don't know. We just went to 306. We actually didn't go to 307, and we lost all the shit at 306. But we kept the mech stuff. That's all I remember.
Yeah, we bought the Gray Motors factory as well.
Yes, that is true. And we also had the warehouse. I don't know when we got that, but we got that in 505. Did we explain everything to Nick? Like what the hell's going on, or is he just going to come for the ride?
I think he's going to be introduced in this episode, I think.
I mean, an explanation wouldn't be too
bad?
Because I don't remember anything.
I'm trying to figure out what we're doing as well.
I'll try and remember as much as I can.
So, last thing I remember we did was you got to the planet, Carter headed off with his stuff, and basically sent you a formal invitation. You can come and hang out with us and help if you feel like doing that. And then you went on to buy the factory.
I think we bought the factory in 206, wasn't it? Or was it on 306?
No, it's on this planet.
Oh, is it? Sorry, I don't. Okay.
Yeah, so you bought the factory after doing a quick tour of it.
Yeah, it used to be a car factory.
Yep, and the books were in order as far as you could tell. And yeah, you signed all the documents, paid the price for it. And
it was a small factory, which would give us a little bit of a profit every month, I believe. And we wanted to try and, just make enough profit to maybe convert it later on to make more money.
Decent starting point, if nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. But in general, for our characters, I don't know if you guys explained it to Nick. Brody is basically an engineer. He loves tinkering with things. He loves fixing things. He loves his mechs. Hence why we're on 306 to actually attend the mech tournament that he was invited to. What is it? Ben is a trader and sweet talker. Actually, more of a neutral talker. I'm the sweet talker. And my character, Valeria, is New Eden born. Basically, harem. What's it called? She used to be a harem.
Madame, maybe?
A madame, yes. She used to be a madame for her family until some kind of unfortunate events led to one of the higher ups on her planet basically threatening, finding some things out about the activities her and her people did. And when I say people, I mean Brody and Ben. And threatening to basically turn her into the cops. So she was kicked out of her planet. And now she is basically nameless. She still has her family in a different planet, but that's about it. You're not. What do you mean you're a law-abiding citizen? You're the first person that killed someone. Literally, we started the game like, yeah, I'll shoot him.
To be fair, he's also the first person in the party
to get knocked out. That is correct. It worked out. But yeah, Brody's been trying to get a mech this whole time. Unfortunately, he is a poor boy, so been working up the money. Yeah, he got knocked the fuck out with a small little bump to the head. What else? And Hellforge is a sadistic man that loves to fuck our shitty plans up.
I'm used to that.
Hmm?
It's not nearly as bad as Shadow describes it. I'm actually quite nice. It's just I have a intense dislike of stupidity, and unfortunately, he's the one who spreads it the most. So. All right. Yeah, but I know it was a extremely patchy recap of literally like half a
It's been
year
a month.
ago. Yeah. So if you have any questions, by all means ask.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can all chip in with
hmm
whatever vague recollections we have of the event.
Basically, I think all you need to know is that our characters so far own a warehouse in 505 Calixtus Prime, the actual planet, that we can store things in and use it as our base of operations. We bought that with our collective money. We own car manufacturing company, car parts and fully cars, I'm not sure exactly, on 306, which we just landed on Chardenis. Or, yeah. And we own a car manufacturing factory for that. We also all have a membership to the black market, the space black market that we receive for helping them out. Other than that, we've done some not so legal things on some planets that may not like us, but not too bad. I think the only planet that might not like us is actually Chardenis, right? Was that the first planet we kind of fucked up?
No, you haven't done anything bad on this one yet.
Okay. Yeah. No, it was 204 Ophelion, I think. Or 206. Yeah, one of them.
Both Ophelion and New Eden.
Yes. Those two planets New Eden, I'm the only one that really can't go. But Ophelion, we all maybe want it.
Regardless of which. Alright. So I think, as spotty as the recap may have been, I think everyone deserves a +1 because I honestly can't remember.
The +1 is just a +1 to your first roll in the game, so whatever that is, you get a +1.
Yep. Alright. So I have in my notes that, Brody, you wanted to do something here. Right now you have 5 days, I think. 5 days, 5 or 6 days until the tournament starts. So did you want to do something here, or are you just gonna sit in your on the ship and stare at the wall?
Yeah, I think I was gonna go help Carter get things prepared for the tournament.
Excellent. Yeah, and you have direction to the warehouse they temporarily use before they move all their gear to the arena. So yeah, you have directions. It takes you maybe an hour or so from the starport where you are to get there. So while you're off doing that, Ben, do you have anything you want to do here, or are you just gonna chill for the next few days?
I think I'm gonna take the next few days to relax a little bit and spend most of my time on the ship.
Right. I remember you rolled administrate, whatever skill is called. administer. That's the one. To check the books. But do you have? I don't recall if we ever bothered to figure out who is registered or who the factory is registered to. Like, do you have it as a personal thing, or did you register a company and have that listed as one of the properties?
Unless there's, I can't think of a reason to not just have it as a company. Maybe somehow tied to our ship if possible.
Yeah, you can do that. Easy enough. Takes a bit of bureaucratic wrangling, but can you give me an administrator with intelligence or charisma, depending on how you decide to go about it, to register the company and make sure you have all the paperwork up? Excellent. Yeah, you are proper, right and proper company, probably like non-profit, charity organizations. You're tax exempt for the next 10 years. Possibly a bunch of shell companies in between, so no one can trace it back to you. So write that down somewhere on your character sheet that you have, X amount of companies, as layers of protection between, if that's something that you want. Otherwise, you can just write down the name of your company that you have the factory registered to.
All right, cool.
Did we ever figure out how much money that's going to make us monthly, or is that just going to be a monthly thing that you'll tell us?
Under optimal condition is like roughly 100,000.
And how much is the maintenance again?
Like 10 grand.
Okay, so 100K profit and 10K expense.
Again, under optimal circumstances.
Yes, and obviously it could be better, it could be worse, depending on the month.
All right. Val, what are you doing? You have like 5 days to just do something on this planet.
For now, I'm gonna be drinking and eating some steaks and fucking some people for the first couple of days because I've had a lot of stress and pent up anger. And for the next couple of days, I'll actually be going around talking to people around, just trying to make some contacts in case we need anything. Maybe later down the road I can call upon them. Just meet people in this planet because I don't really know anybody here. I haven't been here before. Trying to make connections right now, especially with this big tournament coming up. Maybe figure out who's doing the battles. Maybe do some bets or something. Hang out with the nitty gritty people. Maybe some of the higher ups, since I am technically still nobility. If news hasn't traveled. Actually, the news shouldn't have traveled because nothing really happened. This was all under the books. We just moved, if I remember correctly.
All right, so you want to spend some time socializing then.
Yeah,
So
basically.
can you roll me a, would this be physical effects, please? Save.
Physical save? All right, give me
Yes.
1 second so I can actually pop out my character sheet. Oh, my browser's stuck. Yep, all right. There we go. Yeah, my browser's stuck for some reason. Let me refresh. The plugin or something got bugged. Physical save, right?
Yes.
God.
All right. So you spend the first few days brothel hopping, and as you start socializing with people on the 4th and 5th day, there is an intense itch in certain areas of your perceived body.
I swear to God, I knew you were gonna give me an STD. I just wasn't sure how long it would take you.
Well, it took 3 days to develop, so GG.
Can I just heal myself?
I mean, do you have something that cures diseases?
Let me check.
What if you accidentally heal the STD?
Not even just like crash straight to STD.
Okay, what the hell's going on with my browser right now? Temporary disable expansions. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna pop this out so it doesn't pop.
I mean, it was bound to happen eventually.
I have something called organic purification protocol. Any poison or disease.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So you can cure yourself, no problems.
The only reason I got that is because it was 1 point, and I felt like one of us was gonna get poisoned at sometime.
Well, better luck next time, I suppose.
Gonna be uncurable disease. We get AIDS next time.
Gonna get
I mean, technically, you already have one.
Space AIDS.
You in this South Park round? I do already have an AIDS. I have 2 AIDS.
How do STDs even still exist if they can just cure them?
I mean, there are planets without psychic healing, so
Yeah.
there is obviously.
I think psychics are not as common as you may think. So most maybe T4 facilities can't cure all diseases, but probably the T5s can. So you would have to either go to the T5 facility or to a planet that would, you would have abundance of psychic healers. But then again, there's like 3 planets that hate psychics, and those planets would probably get fucked.
Saying if that's the case, you could make a lot of money probably.
That's what I was saying earlier. I can cure AIDS.
With Magic Johnson, he's loaded.
Yeah, but he's not. He's just a carrier. Did you watch South Park when he injected money into himself?
Yeah.
Oh god. All right. How do we get into the AIDS route again?
I'm not sure, but I blame you for it.
I blame me too.
All right. So while you're off doing that, hobnobbing with important people, so roll me a. So do you want anything specific to happen out of this specific thing?
So outside the game, realistically, if I need to do a connect later on for specific, something, maybe get an extra couple of points for it. Because all I'm trying to do in game right now is just talk to some of the, go to the clubs, just go to the bars where people hang out, talk to people, get to know them, maybe, like I said, make some contacts. So I don't know if you want me to roll contact right now or give me extra points later on for it.
So what you can do is you roll talk with charisma, and if
Talk
you
with
get
charisma.
and if you get, let's say, 7 to 9, you get +1 on your next connect. If you get 10 plus, you get +2.
Great. Talk
on
with
your next connect.
Skill, save, skill. Talk. Charisma. Oh, yep. All right. That's 12 because I have the +1. But yeah. Does 12 give me +3?
No, you have +2.
All right, great. So yeah, +2 on mine. I think that's good. If I need to use connect on this planet, a +2 on that. Great.
So that's what you spend your days doing.
Yeah.
All right, Brody. Yeah. What are you doing? Anything else?
We're on Shardanus.
Yes.
No, just hoping. Carter.
Yeah, so you arrive at the warehouse that they're renting for the day. This is the same day that you arrived in the morning, so 25th, I think. If my notes aren't lying to me, the morning on the 25th, I think.
We did. Was it the morning? It was definitely the 25th. Because we never went to.
You were there at the 24th. Spent the day messing around, buying the factory, checking out, going
Oh
on the
yes.
tour,
Okay.
and then we fast forward to the next day where he slept and did all that. We could start fresh from that day. So it's the
That sounds
morning
good.
of the 25th.
Yeah, because we never went to 307.
All right, so Brody, you roll up to the warehouse in either someone drives you or you take a car or you drive yourself. It doesn't matter. But yeah, you arrive at the warehouse, um, like a concrete warehouse. You have seen a million of these, if not more. Yeah, as you ring the doorbell, you one of the people there opens up and ushers you in. And yeah, inside it's like every kind of like the maintenance bay you saw earlier at Lexus. Yeah, there is like scaffolding in the on the walls where you have some of the mech suits are strapped against. There's probably two or three suits on the wall that's being like disassembled and cleaned. And yeah, there's a couple of very large crates where spare parts and other things are being packed for transport to the arena. And there's about a dozen people here total right now. You see Carter with his silly haircut, by one of the mech suits against the wall. And he's standing next to a person, and Carter seems to be welding or grinding something. He seems to be using some sort of tool on the suit to repair it.
Go up to him and greet him. See what I can help with.
All right. As you come in, you start walking over to Carter, and a couple of other people you walk by. They'll give you a nod. Yeah, so there's, what did I say, three suits against the wall, strapped to the wall, being repaired. And there is one light suit you see standing on the floor that's in the process of being disassembled and packed into the storage crates. And then there is also a fairly substantial 18-wheeler where some of the crates are being loaded into. And yeah, as you walk up to Carter, as he's standing there, you also see the person standing next to him a bit better. And do you want to introduce your character, Tarn, and explain what we see when we see your character for the first time?
Yeah, Tarn he's obviously an AI, he's a robot model. Fairly humanoid in design, built kind of muscular. He's standing there next to Carter, helping him work on the mech.
All right. Do you have any mechanical appendages, or are you keeping that on the wraps so far?
Oh yeah, he's got several
Penises.
no, not in this model. He's got
That's for you.
several mechanical arms coming off his shoulders that are tipped with different kinds of tools.
You made a mistake, man.
I mean, the night is still young.
I'm
Yeah, that's
pretty
what you
good
see.
mods.
Sorry, what did you say, Traffic?
Set up pretty good mods.
Yeah, so if you want a mental image of the wiggling bits and pieces, probably a tech priest wouldn't be too far outside the possibilities.
Man, I didn't know you could be a tech priest on here.
And yeah, Carter turns around, gives you greets you and says, "Nice to see you again. Grab, get dressed, and come help with this. Have too much to do and not enough time to work." And he points towards one of the like changing locker rooms where you can get changed so you don't wreck your clothing. Brody.
I'll go change.
Yeah, you find some coveralls that seem to be fitting enough that they aren't falling off, but probably could be tucked in someplace. Yeah, you come back and yeah, Carter introduce you. Like he puts down the tool long enough to make the proper introduction. So he introduced you to Tarn, and Tarn to Brody. And he says, as he pulls out a data slate and looks at it, says to the both of you, "I'll take care of this one left to do on it. You can start stripping down the one over there. There's a couple of things that needs to be fixed first. Strip down the mech, and then fix the parts. If you can do that, that'd be great." And he gestures to the suit to the right of where he's standing right now. So it's just one over from where you are right now.
All right.
All right. So if you want to help each other or just do it separately, that's fine too. I need both of you to roll, or rather, I would like both of you to roll your fix with dexterity or intelligence to disassemble it and start working on the parts that needs some fixing. And if one is helping the other, the person who is doing the main role gets a +1 to that.
Would it be faster if we do it?
It's about the same, so there is no difference in speed really.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
high is your fix?
So Torn, how high is your fix level?
Six, level 2.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear traffic there when he asked you.
Yeah, you might have to turn him up in Discord. That's what I did.
Yeah, I have him at 200%. Oh no, it's only 71. Damn,
He already.
he already passed.
Yeah, so I think the both of you have the same rank in 6.
Let's try if he had 3. Oh no, he got Starfare.
Yeah, my just still just 2.
Just 2. It's the highest it can be.
All right, so Tom is starting to strip down the one side of the mech. Brody, are you helping or are you just marveling at the speed and dexterity of this machine man?
Yeah, I'm helping.
give me a roll, please. See how effective you are at help.
Oh wow.
Fight. One of them uses his dexterity to work. The other one uses his mind. Two different ways.
I mean, I did say indoor decks, whichever. That's fine.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying that in context, one of them is like just working really fast with their hands. The other one's working through memory.
Working efficiently. But yeah, you in record time, I want to say, with 13 out of all things that you managed to strip it in. But Carter, I don't think enough time has passed for Carter to have finished his polish work on it that he was doing on the one mech. And the two of you just stripped and started cleaning and patching up the bits on the other mech. And he just looks over. He stops working at some point and just looks over at the two of you as you're furiously taking apart his mech. And yeah, I think maybe after an hour of tinkering, you have managed to break down both of the mech suits, and Carter finally finishes, poking his mech. And yeah, there is still some work left to do on all the other stuff, but definitely going a lot faster than it was earlier. So let me ask you this then, Brody. How are you helping all the way through, or do you step back for a bit at some point and go somewhere else? Or are you spending the whole 5 days here?
I'm probably just going to spend most of the time here. This is pretty much why I'm here.
Right. All right. So I think if there is nothing that you want to do here, the both of you, I think we can. I would like one more fix plus int for the remainder of the stuff that's left here to do. And then we can move on to the next day.
Fix with ink.
Yeah, or Dex, whichever. Yeah, so I think in about half the time it would normally take, you have managed to strip down, clean, and pack all the necessary bits and pieces. And it's about maybe somewhere towards the end of the afternoon, early evening, perhaps, when the final crate is assembled or packed and closed, prepared for shipping. And you see, there is a bunch of people who has been coming and going through the day as you've been working here. And yeah, most of the people doesn't really look like mechanics at all. They seem to be support staff of some description.
Is Brody getting paid for helping out? Or is he just doing it out of the goodness of his heart?
I mean, I never heard any contract negotiations.
God damn, Brody's never a businessman.
Just here to have fun.
Have fun and make money. Isn't that fun? Exactly. I mean, they might always worth a try.
I mean, let's be real. Him paying us for the other things, getting us into the trade alliance. So
Yeah, but that was a
how
little
much
bit. That
we
was like,
even had to pay.
you only had to pay 30K. That's nothing. He could afford it. Because I think it was 10K per member, and 3 of us. So I feel like he could fork over some more friends.
So, in case we have all forgotten, or for the benefit of those who might be watching, let's just say, Carter is roughly like 1.9 meters tall. He is, fairly muscular. He has tan skins and apparently a Pidgeotto style brown haircut. Just so we have the appearance of this person that you've been spending so much time working with now.